Many parents wonder how they should be talking to their kids about the chaos. Joining us now with tips on how to talk to your kids about a possible nuclear war is America's psychiatrist, Dr. Carole Lieberman. Dr. Lieberman, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Oh, these are trying times that we're in right now. What are the main psychological reactions that kids are having to today's news?
Well, first of all, parents need to realize, if they haven't already, that it's not a choice whether to talk to their kids about what's going on. They absolutely have to. I mean, this has been going on so long. Certainly kids are aware of it. And if you don't talk to them about it, then they worry even more because they think that this is all too, first of all, they're confused and they think that it's too horrible to even talk about. The main reactions that parents should look for and expect are scared, sad, mad, and bad. Not that the children are bad, but that it's kind of bad is a mixture of a whole bunch of feelings. They don't know exactly how they feel, but they just feel bad hearing about all this news.
Well, that helps to be able to kind of simplify some of those emotions. How can parents then go about talking to their kids about Putin, about nuclear war, without giving them nightmares?
Yes, that's really the issue, that parents are afraid if they talk about these things that they're going to scare their kids and the kids are going to have nightmares. But there are ways of talking about them, even these worst things, in a way that won't give them nightmares, or at least will help them to understand. So Putin, for example. Putin, you can talk about him like the bully on the playground. What do bullies do on the playground? They pick other kids who they think are weaker than they are, and then they bully them to get what they want, the kids' lunch money or whatever it is that they want. And then nuclear war, yes, of course, that is very scary for kids. I mean, it's hard for kids to visualize what that is. But the easiest and the best way to talk about nuclear war is to say that it's like rain that makes you sick. And that what you need to do if that were to happen is to quickly run inside the nearest building and to take off your clothes and wash your skin. So if you give kids, a to-do item, something to do if this horrible thing happens, that makes them feel better.
It's a good way to help them shift the focus of maybe some of that nervous energy. Now, we know that you've written a book called Lions and Tigers and Terrorists. Oh, my. Why did you write this children's book? I mean, it seems like it's very appropriately named, but talk to me a little bit about that book.
Sure. Well, actually, since 9/11, I have been working, as I call myself, the terrorist therapist, and I have been working to help people, families, deal with the memory of 9/11 and with the ongoing threat of terrorism. And in a sense, what we're going through now is just like terrorism. It's just that instead of Osama bin Laden, it's Putin. And it's the same ideas, the children's reactions, what to do with the kids to help them cope with these world events. I mean, for example, I talk in there about, well, first of all, the first half of the book is for grown-ups, for parents and teachers, how to answer the most frequently asked questions of kids and so on. The second half is a picture book. So that makes it easy to talk about these things with pictures. I mean, with little explanations in pictures. And the main thing that I tell parents to do is to get kids to express their feelings. That is the most important part, like what I was saying, the scared, sad, mad, and bad. This is all confusing. It's confusing for grown-ups, what's happening now with Russia and Ukraine. So you need to make ways that kids can express their feelings. For example, the simplest is just giving them paper and crayons. And just set them out to draw what they feel, just see what they're drawing. And then you can sort of see from there, like, for example, if they draw a picture and then they scratch it out with black crayons, clearly they're feeling very frightened and scared and angry. And you can get them to talk from there. You can do puppet play. You're one puppet and they're another puppet, and pretend to be Putin, for example, or pretend to be Zelensky, and get them to talk about how they're feeling about these things on their level.
having that open line of communication, that seems to be like the key thing for parents to go ahead and do with their children. And you've given us a lot of great tips. Thank you so much, Dr. Lieberman, for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And for more information on America's Psychiatrists, head over to WFLA.com/Bloom.